What's going on, man? Welcome back to the 99%. I'm back with another video. First and foremost, I want to say I apologize for the late content, for the late uploads. Just been trying to figure out best mics for audio quality. Right now, I'm trying out this new mic right here that you see right here on my shirt. So hopefully, this sounds a little better on YouTube. If not, then we'll just figure out another way. But hopefully this sounds a little better. Yeah, so been dealing with that. And also we recorded part one of episode episode one with my cousin Anthony TJ Waters, aka Drink More Waters on Instagram. So we did that. Juice and I, my partner Juice and I, we filmed the first first part of the episode, and now we're gonna do part two. Hopefully, with these new mics I have, the audio will sound better for part two. So that's also why there's been a delay on content release. I know in this content where you got to be consistent, but we're just trying to make things right. Hopefully, things sound better when we release things from here on out. So yeah, part one is basically done. Just got to edit, cut some things out, cut some extra stuff out. But part two will be coming soon, especially with these new mics coming in. So hopefully we'll get that to you within the next week or two. Yeah, man. So right now, I just want to just talk about one stage. I just want to talk about one stage and the process, the transition, the process of becoming when you're done your athletic career. And so this video is really for identity crisis. The topic for this video is identity crisis. And I want this to be my first video because I suffer from identity crisis tremendously. And talking with my peers and friends that's former athletes also, in their statements that they sent me, a lot of them said identity crisis was like kind of the common denominator, like a lot of their statements. So yeah, this topic is really identity crisis, just how I dealt, what happened with me personally, and just how I felt afterwards, and just hopefully people can learn and just share their stories with either on here or with someone else, just in their life. So yeah, so with me, I feel like identity crisis is a major thing that can also lead to depression, because I feel like when you've put so much time into a said thing, in our case, said sport, since you were 5, 6, 7 years old, and then you go through high school, literally go through high school, and even the ones that are lucky enough to make it collegiately, for those 4 years, you put all this time and this work in, and then it's like that, that last day, that last game, that last match, that last race, it's like, damn, it's over. Like, gotta put the cleats up. It's, the famous line, gotta hang the cleats up, hang my jersey up, hang my cleats up. And it doesn't really hit you until the following season. I know for me, and talking to some people, it didn't hit them to the following season, because yeah, you done playing football, or whatever sport you play. But when that following season come around, like, so for example, for myself, I was fine. Like it hit me, and then slowly but surely it started coming back around when football season came around. So around, I remember around June, July of 2018, 2019 season. Yeah, so for some of you that don't know, my last season was 2017. Football season 2017-2018 at Howard University. So 2018-2019 football season, around July, especially August, I started jittering. I started feeling, crazy. I started feeling anxious. I started I didn't understand testosterone until I was done football. Like, I was aggressive at work. I was aggressive just in my everyday life. I just felt the need to hit something. I had to call my coach, Coach Cato, and I talked to him, and I said, Coach, I think I'm tripping. I don't know what's going on. He said, man, you're going through withdrawals, basically. And he said, your body's been doing this for since she was 6, 7 years old. At August, you're getting right for football, and now that you're done, your body's just very, very just antsy. And him and I had a deep talk. He kept it real with me. And at the time my twins were born, I was working, providing for them and their mother. And he basically told me, like, yeah, man, it's, you got to find ways to cope with it. He said it's going to be hard. He told me it took him about 3 years to get out of that football regiment. And he was an NFL vet for 9, 10 seasons. So, and he played longer than me. And I just finished college and I was still antsy. And he just explained to me how I just need to find ways to channel that testosterone, that energy, and to put it into something that it can, it won't affect my everyday life. So, I started working out, I started playing flag football, things like that. But eventually, as time went on, I wouldn't say I felt depressed, because I don't want to throw that word around. But in other people's case, they definitely said they felt depression, deep depression. I would say maybe slight depression. I don't want to put a name. I don't want to self-diagnose, but I definitely felt some type of way. I felt down. I didn't feel right. I didn't feel like myself. And I was working jobs, and this is no disrespect to people that that work 9 to 5s every day, everyday jobs. At the time, coming fresh from being active, playing my sport, sports in general is not consistent. It's not the same thing every day. Like, yeah, you work out and practice and all that every day, watch film, but it's different. It's a different game plan. It's a different team, different motions. Nothing's the same. So you go from doing that where I was free having fun, to I'm doing something literally every day consistently. That's boring. It's driving me nuts. It's driving me crazy. And I don't know what to do. But at the end of the day, I have kids, so I have to suck it up and make this money to provide for my kids and at the time their mother. So it's that gray area of like, dang, like, what do I do? Who do I talk to? And it's like, what's going on? Like, what's going on mentally? Like, my mind is racing. I don't feel right. I've been this person my whole life. Like, when I came home from school, I've been this. Oh, that's Lee. He played football. That's he up Howard or at Dunbar. I'm from Baltimore, so my school Dunbar, we ran the city from like 04, 05, 06 to like 2013, 2014. So I always had the identity of a football player, and oh yeah, that's Lee. He go to Dunbar. That's Lee. He at Howard right now. He doing this thing, and it's like now I'm just Lee. Like, I'm just Lee. Like, I have nothing else attached to my title. It's like, yeah, I'm working, but like, this is not bringing me joy. Like, I don't feel like when people, I used to hate like when people ask me, oh yeah, what you doing now? I hated that question for the longest. I low-key still do, but I hated that question for the longest. Like, oh yeah, what you do? Oh, I do this. And then like some people was like, oh, and like you see their reaction, like, because they expected you to be so much more, but it's like, damn, like, what's my identity? Like, so now I'm just feeling crazy, but at the same time, I gotta be there for my kids. So I can't be down all the time, because that's going to translate to my kids. And I don't want that negative energy on them. So it's like, what do I do? Like, what's my identity? Like, who am I? And like, at one time I told a few people, like, I went in the bathroom and cried one day after I talked to my coach, when I realized it was over. Like, this is something that I did since I was 5 years old. Now I graduated, I think I had a race when I was 22, I think, when I was done. 22, from 5 to 22. Now I'm just this regular old person. In my eyes, like I said, no offenses. In my eyes, this regular old person. I never worked a full-time job. So getting up every day and doing the same thing for 6 hours is terrible. Like, so I just never just understood that. And it just hurted me. And that pain of not being a football player was just terrible. And it really depressed me. And I just like never understood that. And like, so my thing is like with identity crisis, just it's a tough thing for us, and I would say for athletes, because that's the people that I'm talking to. It's a tough thing because we don't know, and it's like if we don't get a job field that match that that height, that match that uh match that being an athlete, it feels crazy. For like what am I like? What's my life now? Like I've been at the height of my heights. In my eyes, I've been at the height of my heights. I've been, some people that go to those big schools, Penn State, Ohio State, they've been playing in front of 90,000, 100,000 people. Now I'm playing now I'm a nobody. I'm a nobody in my eyes. That's how I feel. I'm a nobody. So it's like, what do I do to overcome that feeling of being a nobody? Like, what do I do? What's next? And that's one of the big questions that a lot of my friends and peers have is, what's next for me? What do I do? How can I replace that feeling of playing in front of 20, 30,000, 50,000 people to I'm not playing in front of nobody, or I'm dealing with customers and they don't really know me. They don't really care about me. I'm just the worker that they just gotta go through to get whatever product they need. So it's like I feel like identity crisis is something is that needs to be talked about, and that guys, people when they graduate, they need to have a voice, have an ear, and have someone to talk to that understands what they're going through, because this that transition of being a star player, or being just a player in general, an athlete in general, to just an everyday, quote unquote everyday Joe, is it's not easy, and a lot of us take it the wrong way. A lot of us, I'm gonna say some of us might go left. Some of us do bounce back. It might take us a minute. We do bounce back, but it's tough and it's scary, and it's just like, damn, what am I? So like a lot of us, and some of us, not gonna say a lot of us, some of us go through life searching for that feeling of trying to replace that feeling of like being an athlete or being somebody. So some people start chasing it, and sometimes it leads to good things, sometimes it leads to bad things. So like, and then it's just so much going on through your mind. So yeah, I would just say my advice is that when the identity of being something or someone, and you trying to transition to this being this new version of you, man, I would say just definitely talk to somebody. I wouldn't like, if you want to talk to a therapist, but talk to someone that's been in your shoes, former coach, former player. Talk to someone that's been in your shoes, that's been through that, and that's mature enough to keep it real with you and help you, and to help you just get through life, especially whatever particular stage you're in. If you're a parent, or just a person just fresh out of school, or if you don't really have much family and you're graduating now, football was your family, and now you feel like it's just you. Like, just talk to someone that's been in your shoes, that's been through what you're about to go through, and that's gonna help you. And man, I would just say, just don't let that, identity of being who you were, like, deteriorate you, like bring you down. Like, I would say, cry it out, thug it out, do whatever you need to do to get out your system, but learn how to cope with that and bounce back and be the next best version of you. And that's why people love Kobe, because even though Kobe wasn't the Kobe that we knew, Kobe's transition was crazy, and that's why people adored him and admired him so much, because a lot of people can't do what Kobe did, of that transition of being the greatest basketball player that a lot of people saw with their own eyes. A lot of people miss Mike and miss Magic and Kareem. So a lot of people grew up on Kobe, in my generation, Kobe and LeBron. So Kobe went from being this, out of this world player, to even this greater person outside of, after his career, after his 20-year career. So my thing is just try to find that passion that's, it might not, and it can even still be in sports, but just find that passion when your career is over, and and build on that, and keep pushing, and like, just, yeah, build on your passion, and you build on your passion, The money will come depending on, depending on what it is. But sometimes it might not be something that you can monetize off of. But it's keeping you sane. It's keeping you happy. It's keeping you grounded. You're not, you're not going all over the place. So I just want to give that quick video out. Kind of ran over my time. But identity crisis is definitely one of the main things that we us athletes deal with post career, and I just wanted to get that out as the next topic, just a quick topic. Like I said, I ran over my time. I wanted to make this a quick, short video, but identity crisis is one of the things that I feel like is not talked about enough, and that needs to be talked about more. People need to talk to people about it and understand why they feel the way they are and what's their next step in life, their next path in life of becoming, just becoming someone greater other than such and such the football player, such and such the track runner, the tennis player, basketball player. Like, it's another stage in life. You want to spend more time being in your second stage in life than when you were an athlete. That's with anybody. So just find your passion, find your love, and just build from that. And just keep yourself grounded and sane, and always talk to someone that you respect and that's been in your shoes about getting to that next stage in life, man. So again, this is the 99% identity.